The district judges, there are 4 district judges, and we hear civil and criminal cases. The civil cases involve constitutional questions of claims or issues arising under the United States Constitution, and those other federal statutes that authorize us to entertain disputes. They can cover a wide array of subjects: employment, pensions, the environment, securities, disputes between citizens of different states where the controversy exceeds $75,000. So although we are generally considered courts of limited jurisdiction, our authority is quite broad. Within the district court, we have magistrate judges and bankruptcy judges. And the bankruptcy judges handle all matters related to bankruptcy. The magistrate judges assist the district judges, as I said earlier, in both the civil and disposition of civil and criminal cases.
Well, Judge, in terms of your responsibilities as the district judge for the Middle Tennessee District, what is a typical kind of situation that you find in your day-to-day activities? Because I say that because perhaps people want to know exactly what do you do and how you do it on a day-to-day basis. I mean, does your activity consist of simply meetings all the time, or study, or what? What would be your typical kind of day?
It's a combination of duties and responsibilities. Initially, when a civil case is set, I will have an initial meeting with the lawyers to talk about what the claims are in the lawsuit, how long it will take the case to get ready for trial and set a trial. So those are case management conferences that I hold with the lawyers. I will also hold hearings on preliminary matters. If there's a need for immediate relief from the court that you can't wait until the full trial, then I will conduct a hearing on those. Of course, when the cases are ready for trial, I'm conducting the trial, picking a jury if there's a jury trial, and otherwise presiding over the trial, whether it's a jury trial or a bench trial. If there are no conferences or hearings or trials, then I am primarily doing research and writing on motions. Those are papers where a party asks the court for some relief, and the parties may submit evidentiary materials, affidavits, documents, to show the court why they should get some form of relief. And you usually are preparing memoranda that outlines what the dispute is, the court's authority, what the facts are as you find them, and of course what the governing law is and how it applies to that particular situation. So you're basically either trying cases or writing on motions or meeting with lawyers.
Now, you also issue, and of course we're getting ready for our first commercial break, but it is the district judges that also issue injunctions, do they not? I mean, is that something that's peculiar to district judges, or is that general in the federal system, or what? What is, how does an injunction work in that?
An injunction is an order directing a party to do or not to do something. It's generally designed to preserve the status quo, and it's a power that the court has that grows out of the English common law tradition. And district judges do have the authority to issue injunctions in an appropriate set of circumstances, but it's generally rare that an injunction will issue because you have to make a showing, among other things, of irreparable injury.
That, in other words, if the injunction is not issued, then one of the parties would suffer some kind of harm. Is that what we're saying?
Well, to get the injunction, you have to suffer irreparable harm. If the injunction is denied, it doesn't necessarily mean that the party may not prevail at the trial. It's just that there hasn't been enough of a showing to justify preserving the status quo or granting some form of relief at the usually at the very beginning of a trial or shortly after the filing of a lawsuit.
Very good. And of course, Judge, we're getting ready for our first commercial break, after which we'll come back and we'll deal with some of the other issues that you have a real concern with. And of course, we'll be back with our audience following this very, very short commercial break. System, and we're talking